The Football for Hope Festival is testament to Jürgen's faith in the power of the world game to change lives. Each of the 32 teams helps underprivileged kids in a different way.
The peace team is a mixed team, 4 Israelis and 4 Palestinians. We came here, we were afraid how people will react to this kind of a team because it's an unusual sight to see Israelis and Palestinians together. But the kids realized how important the message they're bringing here.
Shalom, peace.
I think this was worth everything.
Nigeria, after very long years of military rule, corruption reigned supreme. Now we're back into democracy. The team is called Search and Groom, and from the name, search them young, groom them, tilt their mind away from corruption.
Lesotho is a country where 1 in 4 of the adult population are infected with HIV, and we really use football to tackle that problem. I'd say all of our 8 team have been affected by HIV in some way. Most of them have probably lost a family member. In the last 3 years, 25,000 youth have gone through the Kickfly program in Lesotho.
In Cambodia, there's a problem with landmines. There's about 6 to 10 million landmines in the country. So we use soccer to engage children, and then we teach them about the dangers of landmines. This is the highlight of their life. These kids come from rural villages with no running water, no electricity. Food, they get gigantic meals every night. That's great for them.
Seeing the incredibly genuine dedication of these people. Their true spirit is about changing the world through what they're doing, and we all believe in the power of football to do this.
Each of the kids has their own emotional story of survival. Yom's is set against the bleak backdrop of a massive refugee camp in Kenya.
Our village is a place where we started the war 1983. We went out on that time to the border of Kenya until we came and we settled in Kikuma refugees camp. In 1992, Yom was born during the time we are in the refugees camp.
We have to get up in the morning, go to the UNHCR. They provide food for us as refugees. We were little at that time. And we have to go find wood to come make fire, so it was difficult.
This is the situation where Yom been born. It was not a good situation.
It was very violent. The securities couldn't do much about it. Someone got shot next to me, so it was pretty traumatizing.
We'd be there in Kikuma 14 years, and the Australia embassy accept my application. We came in 2003. I just came with my children, nothing in my hand. We're thinking where they can get education, where they can get a better life. Sudanese culture, the girls are not playing football. That is not acceptable. She's the first girl from the Sudanese going to present Australia. This family is very proud now about Yom because Yom is presenting us to the world.
She's quiet, she's eloquent, she's very poised in her thinking. She just radiates on film, and she's just this beautiful girl. She will go very far if she takes the time to believe in herself, and that's one of my missions.
The sprawling township of Alexandra, on the outskirts of Johannesburg, is home to about 500,000 people. Nelson Mandela used to have a home here, where he used to stay when he visited the township before he was imprisoned.
Welcome to South Africa and actually Alexandra. Welcome to Alexandra Township. You are welcome, feel at home.
We are in 7th Avenue. This is Mr. Mandela room, where he stayed when he came to Joburg.
For the Football United kids, many of whom grew up in similar squalor, Alexandra is confronting.
that feel bad like for the houses and the poor people. And yeah, like I gave money to a little guy and a little child, and he goes crazy.
The fact of Khalid giving a little kid money makes me wonder, did he have a situation where he ran into people that were generous to him, or on the contrary, nobody was helping him?
In Jordan, and like I live the same as this. Maybe this is even better. They were treating us like dogs. Now I live in Australia, like I feel free.
It reminds me of Kakuma refugee camp. The kids and how they spend their time, that's how we used to spend our time.
When you come to a place like this, it just gives you emotion when you see what other kids go through. And you just wish that if I'm living these good opportunities, why can't they have the same thing as I do?
It just seems like it reinforces to them how lucky they are and how happy they are to be in Australia.
I hope someday, one of us be able, if we reach somewhere, we'll be able to, work with people like this and help them out.
In Alexander, I feel like very sad because I seen the people and how they live, and it's so hard to live there. So we need to give them support and help them.
To me, what I love is to see the joy and the happiness on everybody's faces. I mean, they're in the midst of what many would consider squalor, but they're happy a lot of the time.
In choosing Alexandra to host the Football for Hope Festival, FIFA is leaving the new facilities as a legacy to the local community. On day 2 of the festival, one member of the team has a confession to make to Anne.
You gotta tell me,
What's that?
how did you leave your boots at home? What is going on there?
Because, I bring all the, all the shoes,
Yeah.
and I left this one, on the bed.
This kid is coming to South Africa to play in a tournament he's been preparing for a year for, and his boots are on his bloody bed in Australia. I hate shopping. You know what, Mubasha? It's only for you that I'm doing this. I hate shopping. Did you know that this boy came here all the way across the world to play for his country, but his shoes stayed at home?
Buddy!
Up and down and up and down and up and down. It's been like that ever since we stopped, but it always ends on a high. I love you.
Mubasha's boots were a headache for Anne, but nothing compared to the disaster that was about to strike at the heart of the Australian team.
I come back from an excursion with the leaders, and everybody comes rushing up to me and says, Teresa's in the hospital. She got injured.
We had a relay competition. I pulled a big leg muscle and I just fell down. And they took me to the hospital, came back, it was all right, but at night it was swollen.
Stay on my shoulder.
Are we supposed to put ice on it or something?
Yeah, she said that I should put ice today.
She's done something to her thigh, either muscle or ligament. Oh, honey. This is a dream for Teresa, and she'll be very brave, but she'll be crushed if she can't play a couple games.
2 days later, Teresa fell again and aggravated her leg injury.
I talked to the physiotherapist this morning, and it doesn't look like she'll probably play at all.
I feel really upset because, it took us a long way to get here for me to participate in this Football for Hope team. A sad moment for